always the one. You, what we been through, I miss you. And you can't lie, you miss me too. If I roll through, but you...
In today's video, I'm going to be basically talking about why Beyonce and Aaliyah are compared together, because those are the most comments I see under my videos, and I don't think people ever get it through their heads that this was always a thing, and there's so many, pieces to this puzzle that point to them being linked to Aaliyah. Jay-Z is linked to Aaliyah, Beyonce was linked to Aaliyah, they all knew each other. But people keep asking, why do we compare them? They were totally different girls, totally different styles, music. At the end of the day, I finally understand it's not about music, it's not about their style. I mean, it kind of was, but it's more of who was willing to do more for their careers and power. It wasn't necessarily them being in the same genre. You don't have to be in the same genre to be pinned up against each other, right? Beyonce shows multiple signs of being jealous of not only Aaliyah, but multiple other artists. And other artists have spoke out about her, female artists. 50 Cent spoke out about her as well. It's just so many people with their stories on her and how she just thinks that she owns everything and that people are supposed to stop the world for her. And that's not how it is at all. And they thought that Aaliyah was supposed to stop the world for them so that Beyonce in particular could rise to the top with someone who didn't even want her. It's not us comparing the two. It was always a thing. If you listen to their music and open your mind, you would know that. I was basically comparing them in a way that Beyonce, even if she wasn't talking about Aaliyah, she was talking about becoming some woman that this man liked in this poem, right? I'll wear her hair, her skin, her teeth, her chest, basically. I'll wear her scalp. She is talking about becoming someone else to impress someone else, or to impress who she wants and someone who doesn't want her. It's there, whether if it's against Aaliyah or not. Beyonce is just the envious person towards all females in the industry, and if she feels, she will have Jay-Z take them out. That's what they've done for several years, and I feel like they still continue to take people out and make people look crazy. They're targeting Nicki Minaj right now as we speak, and I stand for Nicki Minaj. Can't nobody make me dislike Nicki Minaj. She is a GOAT, 10 out of 10. But it is what it is, Beyonce has been throwing shots at Aaliyah for years. Someone mentioned too that in one of Beyonce's songs, I don't know which one it is, but she was floating in water as well, like Aaliyah in Rock the Boat, and she kind of had on an outfit that resembled Aaliyah, and it's basically just mocking Aaliyah at this point, and that's why we continue to compare the two against each other, because when you have artists who are breathing, who are living, that are mocking someone they took from this world that wasn't ready to go yet, people are going to talk about it, people are going to expose it and talk what they feel is the truth and try to get others to believe. But if you don't believe, that's you. It's always been beef. I wish people would just really do their research and look into it. A lot of people say that they were friends. Beyonce wasn't at the funeral. Beyonce isn't in any of the party pictures with Aaliyah, nor Jay-Z. They only have one interview, and that was on the red carpet for business. That's it. And I feel like they only hung out when it came to business. They hung out when it was time for rehearsal. Aaliyah took them out to dinner. It was always during work. It was never sincere, like she would hang out with Kidada and go on vacation with her family. It wasn't like that at all. They weren't friends. Beyonce couldn't put her pride aside to become friends with Aaliyah, sincerely. And Aaliyah knew that. Aaliyah was real. She befriended everybody, which that's what I love about Aaliyah. She tried to befriend Beyonce, and Beyonce was stuck up. Aaliyah knew. She dissed everybody. I think Loose Rap is about everybody. But she dissed them in that song, saying she doesn't care if you hate on her, her crew, whatever it is that people were hating on at the time. She did not care because it was just loose rap, and at the end of the day, she was always gonna do her. But there's definitely a connection when it comes to comparing Beyonce and Aaliyah. You just have to open your eyes. Everybody around them knew. I tell this story all the time. There's this interview with Daley Carson, and Aaliyah was on there, and he asked her about Beyonce instead of Destiny's Child. Aaliyah looked annoyed, and she was like Beyonce says, she can't stop, won't stop. And then she was on Daley Carson again a different time, and Daley Carson was like, I thought you were gonna bring out Jay-Z. You know, like, it was tension between her and Beyonce, her and Jay-Z. It was just this big triangle with the three. And it's funny because Beyonce always mentions something about three. In this poem, she said the three of us. One of the words to describe her Blue album, her first ever album, one of the words meant three or a group. It's not just a coincidence. And who were all involved with each other back then? Aaliyah didn't start dating Damon until sometime in 2000, after she stopped seeing Jay-Z. But in 1998, she was hanging out with Jay-Z all the way up until 2000. 3 years. But it was said that he was also seeing Beyonce too, and that he met Beyonce in 1997, 6, something like that. Way before Aaliyah, let's just say that. And they were on and off until he met Aaliyah. And I'm pretty sure he still was messing around with Beyonce, and Aaliyah knew. It's a connection. And if you just really dig deep, you'll understand why people pin the two against each other. Like I said, they're both talented and beautiful. I just prefer Aaliyah more than Beyonce. Some people might prefer Beyonce over Aaliyah, and that's cool. No one's going against that, right? That's why we compare Beyonce to Aaliyah, because for one, they did Aaliyah dirty. 2, Beyonce is continuously mocking Aaliyah. 3, Jay-Z is continuously mocking Aaliyah. 4, the music is just telling. You can't listen to Beyonce's music without thinking about what she's talking about. Whether, like I said, if it's about Aaliyah or not, if it's about Blue, the woman that Jay-Z was messing around with, all the women that he was messing around with, plus Aaliyah. The only reason why I talk about Aaliyah and Beyonce as much is because, like I said, I like Aaliyah. I love Aaliyah. Long story short, if you guys don't like people who compare Beyonce and Aaliyah together, all you have to do is not watch. I say this all the time. What's the point in watching something you don't like, or even feeding into something you don't like? It's just, I guess, sending negative energy your way since you don't like it. I'm going to always do what I want to do, whether if that's, comparing Aaliyah and Beyonce together, then I will do that, because I feel that there is a significance to the two for me to even compare them. So it's clearly a reason why I keep doing this, and clearly a reason why I believe I should keep doing this. And this is just something I believe, and if you don't believe it, remove yourself from my channel. That's all I really can say. But that's really it. People just are really confused, and I really am not gonna explain. This is my last time explaining why I compare the two. If I see comments talking about why am I comparing the two, I might just remove you from my channel and you'll never see it again, just to make things easier for me, because I'm tired of seeing it and I don't want to keep explaining myself, because it's gonna happen whether you like it or not, whether if it's me, the media, other YouTubers, anybody, a random person, we're all gonna talk about it. So there's no use in keep asking this question over and over and over again, even when we're giving you an explanation as to why we think so, why we are doing so, and trying to give as much proof as we can, and you either believe it or you don't. But anyways, that was a quick little rant. Hopefully this video is not too short. I just wanted to get on here and clear up some things, because it's really getting old and tiring hearing that we're too young to be talking about this. Why are we comparing Beyonce and Aaliyah? Beyonce and Aaliyah were friends. Aaliyah and Jay-Z never had a thing going on. They had no problems with each other. Just a bunch of bullcrap, right? There's so many things. I'm gonna have to do a video on my personal opinions and what I believe and don't believe. But this is just what I believe. And like I say, you can always block my channel, remove yourself. But people who keep coming back, they like it. I don't know if it's just something they want to do but can't do it, or are afraid to do it, start it off. But don't send hate somebody else's way. If you want to make a YouTube channel going against what I say and say different things, do that. But I'm going to always continue to talk about what I want to talk about no matter what. Of course, you park next to me. Out of all the parking spots. But just make your own channel. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear why you disagree. But please let these questions be the last questions that you guys ask. I compare the two because I want to, because I feel like there's significance to why I am comparing them to each other. I believe that there's something out there that started this comparing in the first place, because it definitely wasn't me. I wish I could take that title, but I can't. Kudos to whoever started that. It wasn't me. It's just something I like to talk about. It interests me. It makes me happy to talk about it. So yeah, if it doesn't make you happy, do something about it, rather than leaving your negative comments and feeding into it, making it a bigger problem than it has to be. But anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken.